Chirp 4. Time to move Brandon Carlo, maybe. $4.1 million cap hit for the next 2 seasons, 2 more seasons. Okay.
Yeah.
His base salary this season, though, is $5.45. So what makes him even more attractive than you think, maybe, is that base salary next year is 4.2, and the following season is only 3.25.
Yeah, I mean, again, I'm anyone on this team is tradable to me in the right deal.
Mm-hmm.
Even Pastrnak, as much as I love the guy and as much as I just called him a Hart, candidate, right. I would trade him in the right deal. Anybody in the right deal.
Anybody.
So Brandon Carlo certainly could be traded. Certainly.
Yeah.
If you can get the right package back, if you can get a young defenseman, a young right shot defenseman, and a pick maybe from somebody, do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
This is going to be interesting with him.
Yeah.
Heading into this off season and into next season. Like, are they going to move on from him, or are they going to try to extend him? So I would imagine next year he'd have one more year. I mean, they're not going to extend him for at least 2 more years.
You know the answer to that question. We're talking about Don Sweeney here. You know the answer.
They're gonna ride or die Brandon Carlo into the sunset.
Hell yeah, they will.
On the good ship Clydesdales, whatever it is.
Hell yeah, they will.
Oh yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me?
And look, everybody loves Brando. Everybody loves Brando. I've been a big fan of his. I think when he is right, there might not be a better strictly shutdown guy in the league when he's right.
When he's right. Yeah, it's he's up there.
He's up there. He's as good as they come.
Yeah.
When he is right and playing well.
Yeah.
Look, that hasn't been this year. Mm-hmm. And last year he was goodish.
Yeah.
But this year he's been bad. Outside a handful of games, he's been bad.
Yeah.
So is that him trending in the wrong direction? Is that confidence? Is it, injuries, like nagging injuries? Who knows? But he's not going to give you anything offensively. So if he's not doing the defensive things you need him to do, you got to move on. You got to.
Shouldn't you? I mean, if you're thinking ahead, like this thing ends when he's 30, his next contract, 30 going into 31. That's going to be kind of old for him. You know what I mean? Sure. He's big, played a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of penalty kill, a lot of high stress things. Like he played a lot of hockey for his age. So even though he's only 28 right now, once you get to the end of that contract, he's not as valuable if you try to move from him or if you try to re-sign him. Now he's as most valuable as he'll ever be again. I think we can agree on that. Like it's like a car depreciating out of the parking lot with him right now.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe you try this off season to see, about maybe making one of those subtle moves to the nucleus and the core, and get I don't know, maybe not younger, but maybe more dynamic or something else from that deal.
Yeah, I would certainly consider it, and I agree with you. I think trading a guy in his 20s looks a lot better than trading a guy in his 30s.
It does.
So if you're trading a guy who's 30, you're like, oh, well, he's kind of old. But if you trade a guy who's 28 or 29, you're like, oh, he's in his prime.
He's in his prime,
and that makes all the difference. Like it doesn't make a difference really in his play. Probably it's not going to decline that much from 29 to 30 years old. But it just sounds better. When you're shopping them around to other general managers, trading a 29-year-old or a 28-year-old sounds better than trading a 30-year-old. And you're gonna
his position.
Yeah, his position and his size and reach, and when he's right and he can skate pretty well, he just doesn't have any offensive, talent. Any hockey IQ as far as offensive play goes.
And just not a lot of trust in it. He's just not confident.
Yeah, he's not confident in it. But now's the time. I think now's the time. And like you said, if you can get more dynamic, if you can get a guy who maybe can produce some offense instead of having a bunch of guys who are offensively challenged, shall we say? I think that would be a step in the right direction. I mean, they've talked all year long about how the defense hasn't been scoring for them, or haven't had a goal in fucking 25 games or whatever the hell it was.
It was almost a record, team record.
Yeah. So if you could go that route, I think that would help the team in the long run.
Yeah, 8-team no trade list for Carlo this year, but 3 teams next season. So I keep an eye on that next season in him. This offseason, next season, I'd keep an eye on that.